everybody, it's Deanna with Stitches Quilting, and today we are doing another quilt block for the Live Well, Live Strong Quilt. So we're so glad to have you here. Each week there are 26 blocks in this quilt pattern, and each week we do a new quilt block for it, and it is so fun to be here with you guys and to see what you guys are up to. This week's quilt block is about being content. It is this one right up there. See, I could stand up. It's the one right here with the little heart, the little flower. It's like a flower quilt block. And because I think to me a blossoming flower is just a sign of contentment. But it's kind of staying in that blossoming flower state, right? We don't always feel content in our lives. So that's what we're going to be talking about, is being content today. So let me go ahead and show you. In the pattern, I have taken my pattern. The pattern is available for sale for $29. You can buy it at Stitches Quilting. But there are lots of free worksheets. So let me go ahead and show you. So if you are not doing the quilt and you want to think about contentment this week, go ahead and go to the website and download the contentment worksheets. There's 3 worksheets right here that just has some really good uplifting information. And there's a gratitude sheet in there where you can write down all the things that you're grateful for. So, but we are going to work on the actual pattern. So, and I think that if you're watching on Facebook, you can find the worksheets and the blog post about the Content Quilt Block on Stitches Quilting, and you just say something in the comments of or say something that you would like to get those worksheets. And then it will be sent to you automatically. And on Instagram, you just go to the link in my profile to find the blog post for that. And on YouTube, it's in the description of the link on the post. So hello, everybody. Hi, Nina. Hello, everybody that's here. It's hard for me to see all the names, and but I'm so glad everybody's here. It's too fun. When I go live on Instagram, I go live on YouTube and Facebook all at the same time. So what we are going to be giving away today are some of these cute little pendants. This one says cut, sew, repeat. This one says sewist. So this one says quilter, and there's a red one that says stitch please. So those are the things that we're going to be sharing with all of you lovely quilters out there. Hi, Liz. Hi, Barbie. Hello, Colleen. Hi, Josephine. Hi, Donna. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's so fun to see all of you guys. So of the blocks that we've been stitching on for hello, everybody. But of the blocks that we've been stitching on, I think the content block is a little bit more tricky than it actually has more pieces. In fact, I wish we would count the number of pieces in the content block. I know some of you guys have actually made it, but this is what the pieces look like. And I've already pre-sewn some of these segments. So this is one section right here. Anyways, but I've pre-sewn some of these. So we're going to go over how to stitch this block together and how to get these corners and everything to match up and to get it the block size that you want to do, which is an 8.5-inch square block. So let's go ahead and work on this and see what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do the overhead camera if we can. Thank you, Matt. And let me move some things out of the way. Oh, you guys, I went ahead and I did the worksheet. Oh, okay. I went ahead and I did the worksheet for, of gratitude. And it was kind of, and the challenge is that you download the worksheet and you fill out every single little, what am I looking for my words, Matt? Every little slot there, okay, on the page. And I did it. It was kind of, it took me, well, it didn't take me that long, right, Matt? Matt kind of helped me. I put down lots of things. I'm grateful for all my quilty people, friends. I put down just a whole bunch of things. But that is the challenge today, is to get this worksheet filled out and to feel like you've got abundance and things to be grateful for and things to feel content about. So anyways, so I wanted to share that with you real fast. So let's go ahead and go to constructing the block. So for Instagram right here, the camera does not change angles, but I'm working on this little design board right here. And on the design board, we've got different segments. So the quilt block is actually stitched together. Let me go ahead and move these off to the side. This is the one section that needs to still be done. So the quilt block is stitched together in segments. So this is one segment right here, this little triangle segment right here. So that is one segment right here. We're going to stitch this whole center segment in a row like this. And then we're going to stitch this entire segment over here separately. Just as we stitched this segment, we're going to just kind of mirror that over. And it shows that in the pattern. So in the pattern, it has, let me go ahead and get to that page. It has a visual picture that shows you the ways to construct this block. It kind of has it exploded out, and then you can see the pattern of stitching these together. So you guys, what are things that we can be grateful for too as we're doing this? Because it's a lot of fun to think about the things that we're grateful for. I put down water, and the one thing I did not get on my list was Diet Coke, which I do drink a lot of Diet Coke, but I'm surprised I didn't put Diet Coke down, but I did put down water. So, but what are some things that we can be grateful for? Of course, quilting is one of those things. Let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this segment right here, which is this opposite segment you can see right over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of expand this triangle out, and we're going to work on sewing these in a row. And your triangles are a little bit bigger than what you need. So you've got some dog tier. Oh, family. I know, I'm grateful for my family too, Nina. In fact, I asked Jake what I should be grateful for, and he says me. So, but I definitely had him on the list by then. So you're going to have these dog ears that kind of hang off over the edge, but you want this baseline at the bottom of this to actually be straight. So it's okay to have some dog ears that are kind of coming up and above. So let's go ahead and stitch this together, and we're going to get this sewn. So there is so many things, and we can feel really wealthy if we actually feel content in our lives. And another thing that I love to do in my life is to use up things that I have that, doggone it, I don't really need, or to find another home for things that I don't really need too. So let me go ahead and pull this back out and get this other triangle on here. So you can see I've stitched this one little segment together, and you can see that dog ear hanging off on the top, which you can square that off later. So yeah, you know what, Dolores, these really are pretty block colors, but your quilt, your finished content block was absolutely stunning. So I'm going to lay this down here again, and I'm going to just go ahead and stitch this 1/4 inch seam. So here we go ahead over to the sewing machine, and then we are going to press this and put that little yellow settings triangle up on the top. So let's go ahead and pull these down. So let's see what other people's watching unless the weather gets bad again. You know what? It's been really thunderstormy and rainy here in Utah. I'm going to bring over my pressing mat, and I'm going to just press these out so it's nice and flat to put on that yellow triangle. So you guys, it's been so fun. I'm so grateful for life celebrations and for life events as Jake is graduating from high school, because it's really making me appreciate things that I might not normally appreciate. So, okay, so we've got this whole segment right here stitched together. Now what we're going to do is take this triangle, the little yellow triangle, and set it up at the top. You want to make sure that you have this triangle centered on your peach square right there, or rectangle. So we do want to get that squared, centered right on there. And then we're going to just stitch this on. And then this whole little segment is done. So let's go ahead and look at this. I am grateful for all of my, my home, for where I live. I even sometimes think that, you know, we're so lucky to live where we live, and we have so much. Tornado sirens, oh my goodness, Kimberly, that is crazy. Where do you live again? You've had three times in the last 45 minutes. Oh my goodness.
Must be in Missouri.
Yeah, you must be in like Missouri. Where are you located again, Kimberly? Okay, so you can see this little segment is actually stitched together. I'm going to just bring this over and press this out, and I'm going to trim off my excess dog ears, which you guys are getting a good little amount of dog ears there. So let me go ahead and trim this off. I always figure if someone cuts their triangles just slightly wrong, then you've got some extra space in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this back over. So you can see of this center section here in the middle, we've got these two sections right here done. So these two are stitched, and we're going to just sew this into one long row. Wow, I hope everything just is okay for you, Kimberly. I really do. Dang it. So you've got 55 degrees in Michigan. Wow, I don't even know what the degrees are here, but boy, I definitely did not. I drove very slow on the freeway today. Luke had a doctor's appointment, and I definitely drove slow. It is very, very wet and extremely rainy. I had to go to my fastest speed of the windshield wipers. So, gosh, I hope everybody is being safe. So let's go ahead and sew this right here together. And let's see if we've got the sewing machine right. We do. Okay. And let me bring this over. Yeah, tornado season can be very scary. I actually was born in Pennsylvania, and I have got memories of tornadoes. And then I lived in Texas. And when I lived in Texas, we lived in Galveston Island, and we had a couple tornadoes down there. And actually, yeah, so tornadoes can definitely be scary at times. So let's go ahead and pull this back up. I'm going to bring my segments over here. So I'm so sorry you guys are having yucky weather. So one on ground in St. Charles, is that Colorado? CO for Colorado? Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, that's pretty crazy. Oh, county. I bet it's St. Charles County. My goodness. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and just press these out because I do try to press as I go. I really like my quilt blocks. Do you guys press as you make your quilt blocks? I try to keep my iron just really close. In fact, I saw somebody, where did I see this? Online that she actually put her sewing machine on an ironing board. And I thought, what a brilliant idea. Oh, I know. It was on Instagram on the Missing Market hashtag during Quilt Market. And she shared her sewing room, and she had her sewing machine literally sitting. She took the top of a ironing board off of an ironing board and put it on her table. And I thought, what a great idea. Because I do like to press as I sew. Okay, so we've got almost this entire row stitched together. I've just got to sew these now to each other. So let's go ahead. Wow. So in Mississippi, it's hot out there. Let's see what else is going on. Oklahoma was bad when you lived there. You're grateful for your hubby. You guys, and your anniversary is coming up. And how many years is it? 13 years? No, 30th? Oh, on the 30th, but it's been 13 years. Yes, Corey and I have been married for almost 16 years. And I have to say, I am so grateful to him. He is just such a good man. And I am grateful for everything. And I'm grateful for all of his flaws, because if I had married some perfect man, it wouldn't be pretty because I'm not perfect, right? We don't want to marry perfect people because then we're not perfect and it wouldn't be a good match, right? So I'm grateful for everything. And I'm grateful for mistakes I make and for the lessons that I learn. Okay, so we almost have this whole center section stitched together here, so you guys can see that. So I just need to stitch this to this part and this to that part, and then we're done with the center part of this Content Flower quilt block. Okay, let's see what else everybody else is saying. You're not looking forward to the heat, Liz. Liz is up in Canada, so she's not looking forward to that heat. Yeah. It has gotten hot in Utah too at different times. Okay, I need some good pins here. I am definitely going to pin this because I want my seams to match up for this content block. So I'm going to flip my seams around like this. I'm going to flip them the opposite way so that when they're stitched down, they're going to match when they open up. So let me go ahead and just put a little pin in there, and then that way this will be a pretty floral little block. So, and remember, cotton fabric, if something isn't quite matching up, you can give it a little bit of a stretch, especially when you're working with triangles and stuff like that. You might not have things match up nearly as well as you would like, but we're going to go ahead and do the best that we very, very much can. So, but I've got a pretty good match there, and I'm going to go over that without running over my needle in there. Okay, so let's see here. What else? So Luke is at work right now. Jake is working on homework for his senior year. We're trying to get all of that done. I was supposed to go to Quilt Market, but boy, it's a blessing I lost my driver's license, and I still haven't found it. So I probably need to go get another new one. So frustrated with myself. But I'm very grateful because I did get to stay home and then see where Jake was at and kind of help give him some direction. He is part of a performing arts group, and they have so many performances in this season. And then he did track and field, so he is just a little bit behind with his his projects he has to get done. So I'm glad I was here to give direction. Okay, so I'm matching this up again. I'm gonna put, so you can see that was a good match with how that worked out with these squares matching up and the points there. So you can see that. So anyway, so Colleen, your favorite mistake was on the strength block. Yeah, I did see your strength block. Colleen, you need to post that picture in the Everyone Can Quilt group. She direct messaged me a picture on Instagram of her quilting mistake, or sewing mistake, because she had it laying out there. And Colleen, I feel really bad because I kind of noticed that it wasn't in the right order, the way you had it laid out, but I didn't say anything. Because I thought, well, maybe you just laid it out that way, but we're stitching it a different way. So I feel even more worse that when you stitch that together, it was wrong. But I so have done that on these quilt blocks. Like the shine, I did all of the blocks in reverse order. When I held the block back, I couldn't even recognize what block it was. It was really weird how we do things like that. So we definitely do. I mean, we all do things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where we're at with this. Now on this, once we get this section done, we're going to want to square it up and get off the excess dog ear tails there. Okay, so let me go ahead. Oh, good, Crystal. I'm glad you got to be on here live. Now, remember, we're doing a giveaway of these pendants, and so be sure to make some to let me know that you're here, so that when we go ahead and at the end of the video, I can figure out who's on here, so we can, shout out some names to give those away. All right, so here's my little quilt block. Now, this needs to be squared up, and so let's go ahead and go about doing that. Let's go ahead and move this stuff to the side, and I'm going to square this baby up and get it so it's about right, because some of these triangles just go a little bit longer than you want, but just as long as if you have that 1/4 inch seam right here, let me use the pen, where these seams are meeting, as long as you've got that 1/4 inch seam where those seams are meeting is where you want to clean up that block to make sure those inner seams are right in there. So anyways, but I do have to say, I'm a typically happy person in my life. And I think the reason why I've been able to feel happy is because I've actually have always felt content. And I think that has been part of it, is just being grateful for whatever was kind of thrown my direction and for the challenges that it might have been, because when those challenges are handed out, I definitely have grown from them, and I've become such a strong person from that. So you can see that now we've got this beautifully cleaned up and it looks like a great block. Okay, so we actually have someone that is, Matt, can you grab that real fast?
Hey.
We have someone that is coming here for fabric. Hello! I'm sorry, we're on live video, And I'm so sorry, but Jake is going to cut the fabric for you.
Okay.
But you can come on over here and be in the live video if you want to. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a fabric that is really rare and that's out of print, and she saw it on the site and she wants it so badly. She's so happy. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this right here. So we are going to go ahead and lay this back down on the design board. So here are the setting squares. So you can see those. And I left one of these. So these I pre-stitched so this video wouldn't be so enormously long, right? So this is the content block. So, and it's like a flower that is blooming and looking good. So we'll see there. That is not the right, oh, hold on. I need these triangles are slightly different in size. So just so you guys know this, you can see that this little teal triangle is smaller than this one. So this smaller triangle, when you're making the block, is actually for the setting of these corners. Now, I dropped my other, oh, it's sitting on my leg. Okay, so here's the other triangle here that's going to match up. So once again, we're going to repeat what we did on these other triangle segments of the Content Quilt Block. So let's go ahead and just stitch this together. So here we go. And I've got that right there. And let's go ahead and sew this. You can see that over on the sewing machine video. And we're going to just stitch that right down. And let's put that one on there. Let's go ahead and stitch the other one on. And we're almost done. So you guys, what else are you grateful for this week? What else? And I guess I have to say I'm grateful for all the rain because you know what? Our garden is just flourishing out there. I can't even tell you. We actually ate a strawberry out of the garden yesterday. Luke cut one in half and he ate half of it and I ate the half of it. And it tasted like we were eating sunshine. It was just so amazing. So, and it just tasted so fresh and everything else. So we've got this little segment here. Now remember, you've got your dog ears, and I've given you a little bit extra space on there so that you can trim those off and then get a good squared block on. So let's go ahead and press this down because I press all the time. The ability to stay at home and school my children. You know what, Elizabeth, that's really a good point. I'm so grateful for Stitches Quilting because it's given me the ability to be here with my kids with the various things that they've needed throughout the years because we've had unique challenges, and so I'm grateful for that too. But my mom worked when I grew up. She was a school teacher for special education. I'm now going to just put this setting square on. And you know what? She did a great job raising me, and I'm so grateful for her. And she worked, I think, 26 years in special education. So I think no matter what our circumstances are, there are things that we value, and then there's things that we make sacrifices for. And we've got to just really embrace it and appreciate those types of things. So here we've got this last little part. And then we're going to just sew this quilt block the rest of the way together. Okay, what else? Grateful for getting better from chronic bronchitis. That's right. Our health is something to be grateful for. I also put down medication and health care. I'm so grateful for the health care that we have here in Salt Lake. We're right next to the University of Utah, and we've got some really great healthcare options that we are able to enjoy. Okay, so we've got this one right here. We're now going to just go ahead and sew these two together. So we've got these little setting squares. So I actually wrote down medication and I wrote down healthcare on my gratitude list for being able to heal and get better. Okay, this is a tricky part of this quilt block that I want to share with you guys. We want to make sure that this little lipstick fabric, okay, which is what I think we gave away last week. Is that what we gave away, or the gray, Matt?
I think it was the week before we did.
Yeah, the week before we did lipstick. Okay, so what we are doing, so remember to be sure to let me know that you're here because we're going to give away these pendants today. But what we're going to do is we're going to want to make sure that lines up. Can you see that right there? So we're going to want to make that line up. If you need to, put some extra pins in there. So you could put a pin through this seam of it right here and then bring that over and bring it through and match it to your other fabric and the seam right there. So I know from putting that pin in there that that's where I want it to go. And then I'm going to actually pin this down, except I'm going to want to just move this a little bit further over this way. You definitely want your 1/4 inch seam the whole way through this. So, let's see here. Yeah, gray was last week. You're right, you guys. And we have to ship those out. We do have to, we still are shipping that. We've got everything else shipped out. But when we ship out these pendants, we'll ship out the gray. It was just a really busy week last week. Okay, so here we have this segment right here. You can see my dog ear teals are just about perfect on this Content Quilt Block. And we're going to stitch this down. Okay, so I have 2 pins right there. Sorry guys, here. I put the 2 pins right here. And then I'm going to just do my 1/4 inch seam. Remember, if something isn't quite right, you're stitching with triangles that are on the bias. And so you'll want to just either give it a little stretch and a pull. Be sure to press while you're stitching this quilt block together, because when you go on the bias, things can get a little wonky. And you just want to take some time and some energy to just make sure all those points are going to match up. Now we're going to see if these match, right? Let's see if they actually match on live, going out live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all at the same time. Pretty crazy. We'll see how my sewing skills are. Okay, let's bring that up. I think I might be scared. Okay, let's see. But you guys, I think, okay, I'm over on the overhead camera mat. Thank you. Okay, let's open it up. Oh my gosh, that is a pretty good match. I'm kind of impressed. Okay, I did a pretty good job. So you see how that square is just setting on that, the lipstick square is just setting right there on that white section of the triangle right there. That is a dang on good job. Okay, let's go ahead and sew this next one on. So once again, if you want those to match up, I went from this side and I put a pin right through the top of the intersection of the stitching right here. So you can see the pin went right through that little segment right there. I'm going to kind of flash it around so you guys can see the angles of that pin sticking out. And then I'm going to put the pin in right on this one. Jake, be sure to give her extra fabric.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and then I do have other pieces of that fabric collection. I don't know if you need anything else.
Not that I know of right now.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that through. So now we're going to stitch that right down. Okay, so I wish you guys were on here live with me. Remember, I'm always wanting someone to sit here with me, and we can stitch this together. Okay. Except if there's parts you're uncomfortable with, I'll go ahead and do it. Okay, so let's see if this one matches up. And we're going to bring this through. Okay, so anything else that we can be grateful for? Okay, let's pull this up, needle up. All right, here we go. Let's bring it back over to the overhead. Let's see how we did with matching this up. It's crazy to do these live, but look, I did it again. It's amazing how if you just follow a simple formula that things work out. Okay, so this is now another pressing point for me, a time when I'm going to grab my pressing mat. I'm going to lay this down and I'm going to press this out. So here we go. And, okay, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? What a beautiful quilt block. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these last 2 squares on here. I wish I could have pre-stitched these, but I think you guys can get the point of what we're doing. Let me see if this camera is still good. There we go. Kind of hit everything. I lost my scissors down below. Let's trim this off and just stitch this right to it. Okay, so tell me what else you are. Yes, without medicine, you would not be there. Yeah, Dolores, we have to be grateful for all those things. What else did I put on my list? Okay, I'll tell you guys some other things. I put down my faith. I put down caregivers that helped me take care of Luke. Matt said I could name them off each individually and I'd fill in more blanks, but I didn't do that. Let's see here. I'm grateful for my dogs. I put that down. I'm grateful for dessert. Yeah. I'm grateful for knowledge. I'm grateful for technology. I'm grateful for my kitchen and my refrigerator, that I can have like food and be able to make things like that. I'm grateful for, let's see here. What else did I put on here? My iron. You guys, I could be grateful for things when I could see them. I felt like I was much more visual about it. You have to let me know. I will. Oh, yes, Sandra, I know Crystal, Matt and I were saying we were grateful for the Cricut Easy Press because it was something that we could see. You're absolutely right. We are grateful for that Cricut Easy Press. But I didn't write that one down. But yes. Okay, so let me go ahead and just pin this a little bit better. And then let me get this stitched on. I wrote down that I am grateful for fabric. And I wrote down cotton fabric because I especially like cotton fabric. I wrote down Ellie. I wrote down where we live. I'm grateful for the community that we live in. I'm grateful for where I've been able to raise my kids and for the neat extracurricular activities that they've been able to participate in and do. Because that's really defined who they've become. Because, I don't want to raise my kids all by myself. I'm grateful for the army of other people that have helped me raise these kids. Because, I'm only one person and I can't be everything to everybody, right? Okay, so there we go. This one, that one, I made a mistake, so I'm going to have to restitch it back up. Okay, but that's okay. All right, you have a good one. It's good to see you. Let me know if you need anything else.
I will.
Okay, see you later. Okay, so let's go ahead and just stitch this last little segment on. And she came earlier today, and because of the rain, we didn't cross paths. So then she just finished work, and then she was able to stop by right now. And I didn't have the heart to tell her, well, I'm going to be on live video. So, but that worked out just fine. So let's get this last one stitched on here. I will fix my stitching of that last one. We always have to unpick something, right? Oh, I had somebody message me and ask me, what is a quilting retreat? Can anybody write down what a quilting retreat is? It was a new quilter, and she was on Facebook in our Everyone Can Quilt group, and she said, what is a quilting retreat? She hears people talk about it, and she felt comfortable and safe asking me. So I went ahead and I went through like a whole little bit of, let me flip this over. I want to show you guys something really fast. Okay, I started stitching this on this side. So let me show you. I started stitching this. Let me go over by the sewing machine. On this side, and you can see I can't see where I'm crossing over at the seam points. So when I'm stitching this, I actually want to be stitching it on this side because I want to see these intersection points. Can you see that right there and right here? I want to see these intersection points because look at where I crossed. Here was that stitching line, and I crossed way up here and not down here. Let me show you this on Instagram. I was stitching on this side, and I was going a little wonky, but I want to stitch on this side so I can see these intersection points, all right? To be able to go and cross right over there. So that's, anyways, I'm going to have to unpick this. But let's go ahead and look at this. And I'd already told all of you guys I was going to be on live at 5. So I don't know, maybe we should make that a regular time, live at 5. Maybe 4 would be better. What do you think, Matt? 4?
Either way.
Yeah, 4, maybe 3. What would be a good time to go on live? Oh, she says, I'm grateful for my daughter graduated from college without any student loans. Oh my gosh, that is such a blessing in this day and age. And she went to a community college, and so proud of her, and that she's starting out without debt. I agree with you. What a very admirable thing. It takes a lot of sacrifices to be able to do that and to do it without debt, and to it really is. So that is awesome. I was trying to do my gratitude list really quickly, and I actually kind of got nervous and sweaty because we were trying to think of everything really fast. But I think the faster you do it, the better off you are. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm turning this up the right way because I want to see those stitches Remember, I want to see the stitches. And let's turn this so you guys can see the sewing machine here. So now what is a quilting retreat? If you had to describe a quilting retreat with to a new quilter, how would you describe a quilting retreat? I think a quilting retreat would be so fun to actually organize one and be with all of you guys all together in one retreat, and all have brought our sewing machines. And sometimes at retreats, you sit there and you sew one thing. Everybody sews the same thing. So maybe you're working on a quilt that is the same pattern, say the Live Well, Live Strong Quilt pattern. Okay, let's bring this up. People could be working on different projects. I think I'm going to have to restitch some of this, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, so there we go, guys. This little quilt block is done. I'm going to go ahead and press this with the pressing mat. But so a quilting retreat is someplace that you go, and maybe it's at a community center, maybe it's being held in a church, at a quilt store, usually a little bit larger of a place. Maybe it's held at a cabin or some other place. Now, we want this quilt to finish up 8.5 inches square. So I'm going to measure this on live TV. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So look at that. The math worked out. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my gosh. So the math works out, and then now we just need to square this up. So that's kind of what a quilting retreat is like. You get to go, and maybe you might work on a service quilt together. Maybe you might, everybody just works on their own things, finishes up projects, and you get to sit there and quilt by other people and sew and get to know other ladies and have meals together and have snacks. And sometimes it's potluck where people bring their own food. Sometimes there might be meals that are actually served and that are available for people there. So there's lots of different types of quilting retreats. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the front camera. So this is the content block. So you've heard me yammering on, and I'm so sorry. This is a longer video, but it's a little bit tricky of a block. I want to count how many pieces are actually in this quilt block, but I have to say that I am so content and I feel so good about life when I am grateful for the things that are around me. And when I become content with, say, a difficult circumstance that I've been handed of either a health condition or something that is going on in my life, when I kind of accept those circumstances and kind of give myself over to God or to fate or whatever that might be, and to have faith in what the future has for me, I know that I can, whatever that faith might be in. But for me, I am a very spiritual person, but I try not to bring spirituality anywhere into the Live Well, Live Strong quilt, because everybody needs to have that health, whether they have those things or not. But content, I think, is a really important aspect, because when we're content, we are definitely grateful for the things that we have, and the things that we're doing, and for the things that we have in life. And we a lot of us, there's some people on here. Here's Dee Dee, that's from South Australia, but we live with so much abundance and so many things. I have too much stuff in my house. I need to give things away, and I've been in the process of doing that. Corey likes to take trips to our local thrift store here, and he brings the pickup truck up, and he takes things over. So yes, so it is important that that we, because we live in such abundance. So anyways, you guys, it's been so fun stitching with you. Let's go ahead and figure out the winners of this. Remember, what we are stitching together is the Live Well, Live Strong Quilt. So I keep mine in this binder right here. You can purchase a pattern at Stitches Quilting. It's $29, but you get a live video each week. You get the worksheets. So the gratitude worksheets are up live for you to download, and they are available. And I will be sending out an email this evening to everybody that's on my mailing list of where they can find everything. So let's go ahead and write down who has won. So let's go ahead and let me go. Yes, grateful to be part of your process of this quilt. Sandra, you are so sweet. Okay, so I'm looking on Instagram to see who has made some, who I know is actually there. So we've got, let's have Ashley Olana. actually win what are we doing? Oh, one of the pendants. So Ashley, let me know which color pendant you want. There's black. Some of them say cut so repeat. Some say sewist. Some say quilter, right there. And some say stitch please. So let me know which color you'd like of the pendants, and message me with your email address or your mailing address, which I might have that already, Ashley. So so just let me know. So let's go ahead and pick out the 3 people here on, oh good. And how about Handmade Sue? Let's have Handmade Sue win today, one of the pendants. So just let me know which one you'd like. Send me your address. Look, you guys, I scratched my face as I was sleeping last night. Well, when I was waking up, I kind of like was stretching and was gonna rub my eye. And I went straight with my thumb on my face. I put some Neosporin on there. Okay, let's see. I'm so sorry, you guys. And let's see here. Let's have Basket Craze. Craze, I'm going to write this down. BSAKTCR8Z. Okay, so this is the pendant. Okay, so those are the 3 winners on Instagram. Be sure to send me your information. Direct message me through Instagram. I'm going to put Instagram down. Now I've got to come over here and go through Facebook and YouTube. So I've got the comments over here. So forgive me for just a minute, you guys. Let's see here. We've got, how about Sandra? Let's see, what is, Sandra's on Facebook. So Sandra Pitts. So let's do that right there. And we've got, how about Kimberly Norman? So let's go ahead and ship something out to you, because I want you to be nice and safe where the tornadoes are. You're getting the tornado warnings. And how about Nina Reno? So for Facebook. You guys, we've been doing this for a couple years now. It's been so fun. I just love you guys all so much. Okay, now for YouTube, let's go ahead. And you know what? Let's add Dee Dee there too. So Dee Dee, where's your last name, Dee Dee? Wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Dee Dee Dwyer. Yep. Okay, so Dee Dee Dwyer. So let me know, and we're going to ship something to South Australia, because all of this stuff is definitely open internationally or not. Okay, on YouTube, we have, and we're going to do a fun thing. Okay, Dolores. We've got Dolores there, Alma Rast. So, Rast. So she's grateful for her bed and heated mattress pad. Corey just got us a new kind of pad. What is that called, Matt? It's like that.
Memory foam?
Yeah, memory foam pad for on top of her mattress. And oh my gosh, he got it at Costco. And it just feels so great. Okay, I'm looking on YouTube. Okay, we've got Colleen Holt. So Colleen Holt on YouTube. And let me see if we've got anybody else. We've got Liz Boyce. Okay. All right, so that's our winners for today. We've got 9 winners, which is a lot of fun. I love to send lots of fun things out to you guys. So you guys, this week with Women's Health and Wellness, you guys don't have to make the quilt. Just join us for the good, warm vibes that are out there of making the quilt and focusing on something each week that improves your health and wellness. So this week is being content and trying to find contentment. Oh, one other thing I want to share with you that I shared on Instagram and one post on Facebook is that we can feel so wealthy when we are doing something like, for me, hand stitching or hand quilting a quilt. There's something that's so luxurious about sitting there so calmly and hand quilting or hand stitching, and just the luxury that gives us and the contentment that can give us. So there are also actions and things that we can do that can help us feel contentment and to zone in and to feel that kind of good vibe. So think about that too as kind of a message, so that there's also actions and things that you can do and enjoy also. So you guys enjoy contentment this week. Let me know about what you're doing. Post pictures of your quilt block. It's a beautiful little quilt block, and you'll see photos that I posted on the blog post of how I quilted it. I'll be sure to post to to take those photos and post them out to social media too. So you guys, it has been so fun to be here with you guys, and we are going to go ahead and call it quits. And I'm so appreciative of all of you guys. You guys are just awesome. And you guys were all on my gratitude worksheet. I put all my Facebook quilty friends, all my Instagram quilty friends, and all my YouTube quilty friends. So I love you guys all, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys. You totally enrich my life. We'll see you guys next week, and maybe sooner. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Have fun. Okay, let me go ahead and stop this.